Everyone, welcome back to another lesson with us here at English Pod. My name is Marco.
My name is Catherine.
And that's us. And today we're going to talk about a very common situation when you're a couple, when you have girlfriend.
Honey, come on. I want to go.
Are you?
You're taking forever.
All right. Who takes long? Like, do you take a long time to get ready, to get dressed?
I take longer to get ready, but my boyfriend takes longer in general because he's like checking his email, playing video games. Just, we call it lollygagging. He's just like being kind of slow.
I'm the opposite. I usually start getting ready later. If we have to leave at 9, I'll start getting ready at 8:30, but I'll be ready by 9 because I take a shower real fast, get dressed, and I know what I'm going to wear and all my clothes are ready. But on the other hand, my girlfriend takes forever to get ready. And she's like, oh, and then, the hair.
Girls have makeup and tights and
But this is what I
shoes.
understand. If we're supposed to leave at 9, why don't you start getting ready before?
Never underestimate women. I don't know.
Procrastination.
Hey, it's not even about procrastination. Sometimes it just takes longer to look good than other times.
Right. Well, in this case, we're going to be looking at a lesson where it's the opposite. The husband is taking a long time to get ready. And, well, I don't think he has a very good fashion sense, right?
He does not. And we're going to learn what that phrase means in a minute here. But before we get going, we've got a couple of words to preview to help you understand what's going on in today's dialogue.
Vocabulary preview.
All right. So vocabulary preview today, we have 2 words. The first one can be a noun or a verb. To iron.
Or iron.
So to iron basically means to
get the wrinkles out of clothes. And so we use this. Iron is actually a metal. It's a very important metal. And an iron is a machine that we plug in. We use it to get the wrinkles, the lines out of our shirts and our skirts and everything. And so it's actually a very important thing to make sure that you look nice and put together.
Right. So you use an iron to iron your shirt or to iron your skirt. And then we have sandals. My favorite type of shoe.
Mine too.
Sandals.
I have a friend who used to say she had claustrophobic feet. Her feet didn't like to be in closed spaces.
Oh,
and
really?
so she only wore sandals.
So these are open toe shoes, basically. You wear them at the beach.
Or you wear them in the summer in general. I'm wearing sandals right now.
And you have different types of sandals, like sandals and flip-flops, right?
Flip-flops, I think they're called that because they sound like flip-flop, flip-flop.
When you walk. All right. So those are our 2 words today. Let's listen to the dialogue for the first time, and then we'll be back.
Honey, come on. We're going to be late. Honestly, you take longer getting ready than I do.
I was drying my hair and ironing my shirt. Can you come here for a sec? I need your help.
What is it? Why are all these clothes on the bed?
I don't know what to wear. Give me your opinion. Do you like the way this looks? The striped short-sleeve shirt with this checkered sweater and my lucky sandals. I like the cut and hemline of these shorts, so I think I'll wear these as well.
Are you joking? What am I going to do with you? We're going to a dinner party, not to the beach. Wear the shirt with the silk tie I bought you and those corduroy pants. It's chilly outside, so you can wear this coat.
Thanks, honey. You have such great fashion sense. Now, what am I going to do with my hair?
All right, we're back. So interesting. This husband sounded a lot like a famous president, I think.
He did, but we'll get to that in a minute. Before we do talk about who this guy is, I think it'd be a great idea to talk about some of these clothing terms because they're very useful for when you want to go shopping and for when you're getting dressed.
Language takeaway.
So the first word that we have on language takeaway is striped.
All right, you might have heard the American flag called Stars and Stripes. Stripes are those lines on clothing or on flags that go up or down or left and right.
Exactly. So if you have a striped shirt, you have many lines on your shirt that are going up and down or left and right.
Right. And they say with fashion, lines that go left to right make you look fatter and lines that go up and down make you look thinner
and
taller.
Very good. And now moving on, if it's summer and you want to wear a shirt, you can wear a short-sleeved shirt.
All right, this is important. So most people like to wear short-sleeved shirts in the summertime because they're cooler. And in the wintertime, that means we like to wear long-sleeved shirts.
So the sleeves are basically the arms of the shirt.
Exactly.
So you say short-sleeved. Oh, very good. And then we have a checkered shirt or a checkered sweater in this case.
Okay, so checkered means there are little squares on the shirt. And usually one square is one color and the next square is another color. So it looks like a checkerboard.
Very
that
good.
Game, checkers.
Or like a chessboard.
Exactly. And so in this case, we've got a guy who's trying to wear a striped shirt and a checkered sweater.
That does not go well together, right?
No. Too much stuff happening.
It's
Too busy.
All right. And not only that, but he wanted to wear shorts because he liked the cut and the hemline.
Okay, these are actually terms that we normally use with women's clothing because you could say, I like the cut of this dress. I like the shape that it has.
Very good.
And hemline is the bottom of your skirt or your trousers or your shorts. And hemline, we could say, my mother used to say this to me, the hemline is much too high, much too short. That skirt is not appropriate. Yeah. So it's nice to have a hemline at the knee.
All right. So the cut is the shape that the piece of clothing has, pants or skirts, and the hemline would be the place where it ends, right?
Vocabulary preview.
The skirt, for example.
Like it pretty much tells you the length of something.
Very good. And now the wife steps in. She's like, no, you're not wearing this. She's telling him that she has to wear nice clothes, and among those items is a silk tie.
Okay, so classic Father's Day gift.
Silk tie.
I've given this one a couple of times. A silk tie is a long necktie that's made of silk.
Silk is a very soft material, right? Very expensive as well.
It can be, especially Italian silk.
And I've always actually wanted to have silk sheets.
Ooh, see, I don't know. I feel like they would get very warm in the summer.
Yeah. Well, in the winter, it would be awesome, but probably very cold in the winter as well.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, it's one of those things. And then she's also telling him to wear some corduroy pants.
Okay, so it sounds like this might be a winter dialogue because corduroy is not something you wear in the summer because it's very heavy and thick. Corduroy actually is a fabric that usually has these ribs or ridges. And so there's like little lines in the fabric that make it quite thick and rough when you not rough, but they make it feel very unique when you touch it.
It's not smooth. It's a little bit rough, the fabric. Very good. So those are all the clothing items that we've looked at today. There's a lot of them, and obviously we'll post a couple of pictures on the site so you can see better what a silk tie looks like, or especially corduroy pants.
Corduroy.
All right, so let's listen to this dialogue again. We're going to slow it down a little bit, and then we'll come back and look at some of the phrases.
Honey, come on. We're going to be late. Honestly, you take longer getting ready than I do.
I was drying my hair and ironing my shirt. Can you come here for a sec? I need your help.
What is it? Why are all these clothes on the bed?
I don't know what to wear. Okay, give me your opinion. Do you like the way this looks?
Dialogue.
The striped short-sleeve shirt with this checkered sweater and my lucky sandals. I like the cut and hemline of these shorts, so I think I'll wear these as well.
Are you joking? What am I going to do with you? We are going to a dinner party, not to the beach. Wear the shirt with the silk tie I bought you and those corduroy pants. It's chilly outside, so you can wear this coat.
Thanks, honey. You have such great fashion sense. Now, what am I going to do with my hair?
All right, we're back. So now let's start with Fluency Builder.
Fluency Builder.
Okay, these are classic couple phrases, right? These are phrases you hear among couples. And the first one is maybe more common to hear from the female end, but it's not unknown on the male end. So we have this question. Do you like the way this looks?
So while the person is saying this, they would maybe like be moving to the side a little bit.
Modeling it.
Do you like the way this looks? So basically you're saying, do you like what I'm wearing? Does it look good on me?
Does it look good? Exactly. You could also say, hey, I like the way this looks when you're trying to buy something at the store. And so do you like the way this looks is a way for you to ask the other person's opinion of how you look.
And also another common phrase, especially with men who have no fashion sense, the wife says, what am I going to do with you?
Okay, this is an interesting phrase and it needs some explanation, I think, because the meaning is, well, this is very difficult, right? So you're being difficult, or wow, you need some help from me. I'm going to help you.
How am I going to help you this much or all the time like this?
Right, because she's pretty much saying he has no idea about clothing and fashion. So he's saying to her, she's saying to him, what am I going to do with you? It means you need so much help.
Seriously. All right. So, and the third phrase that we saw and we said at the very beginning is fashion sense.
Okay, so this is actually what the man needs help with.
Fashion.
He needs help with his fashion sense because he has zero fashion sense.
Right.
And this is pretty much a way to say how much someone knows about fashion or appearances. And so I can say, oh, my friend Kathy, she has amazing fashion sense. So she
maybe,
always looks good.
Right. So combining colors appropriately or wearing the right types of shoes with the right types of clothing, etc. Fashion sense.
Or even just being able to wear things that are good on her or telling other people what's good on them. So fashion sense is the ability to identify fashion and look good and make other people look good.
All right. Very good. Let's listen to this dialogue for the very last time, and we'll come back and talk a little bit more about fashion because it's a very interesting topic.
It is.
Honey, come on. We're going to be late. Honestly, you take longer getting ready than I do.
I was drying my hair and ironing my shirt. Can you come here for a second? I need your help.
What is it? Why are all these clothes on the bed?
I don't know what to wear. Give me your opinion. Do you like the way this looks? The striped short-sleeve shirt with this checkered sweater and my lucky sandals. I like the cut and hemline of these shorts, so I think I'll wear these as well.
Are you joking? What am I going to do with you? You're going to a dinner party, not to the beach. Wear the shirt with the silk tie I bought you and those corduroy pants. It's chilly outside, so you can wear this coat.
Thanks, honey. You have such great fashion sense. Now, what am I going to do with my hair?
All right, we're back. You lived in Italy for a while. How is the fashion over there? Is it extreme like we see on the runways? Because I honestly don't understand fashion.
Well, the thing about runways is that that's not how normal people dress.
Well, yeah, that's what I don't understand. Why do they have these fashion shows if people don't really buy these types of clothing?
Well, sometimes people like stores, for example, big stores, department stores will buy fashions off of the runway and they'll kind of change them a little bit so that they're more appropriate for normal consumption. That means for normal people who want to wear them. But the runway fashions are actually, they're kind of like exaggerations of trends that will happen in the shopping world, right? In the commercial world. So the things that you see are big blown up exaggerations, and we take bits and pieces of those in our daily lives to dress up. So different colors or fabrics, or like oftentimes you see kind of military outfits. And so that will translate into military jackets that are very popular one season. And so Italy definitely counts as a very fashionable country, but it's not crazy. People, every once in a while you see someone with crazy clothes, but I think Japan is much more crazy.
Yeah,
as far as
actually, Asian countries such as Japan or South Korea, they have very unique fashion as well, but it's very extreme to a certain point. And the color combinations they do is like red sneakers with green pants and like a blue jacket. It's very crazy.
Bright.
And very bright.
And you often see these shoes, we call them platform shoes. It's kind of like you're standing on a brick or on a book.
Huge.
And they're 7 inches tall. And you see these little girls wearing these big shoes, and I'm so scared when I see them because I feel like they're going to fall over.
The other thing is that fashion is so expensive. If you actually want to buy something that's in like an authentic, I don't know, Carolina Herrera or Oscar de la Renta or something like that, it's so expensive.
It is, but high fashion is expensive.
Yeah.
Fashion does not have to be. You can be fashionable just looking at different stores and going to secondhand shops and making your own clothes. I mean, it's all about a sense of personal style and dressing yourself to be unique.
Or you can get it at the fake market.
Or you can go to the fake market. Exactly.
All right. That's all the time we have for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Please.
Second paragraph in the dialogue.
Hey, everyone, and welcome back for another deep dive. This time, let's take a trip to the supermarket.
The American supermarket, that is.
You got it. Now, picture this. You're at the checkout, cart loaded with goodies.
Ready to head home and unpack all those delicious treats.
Exactly. But then you see it.
The dreaded line.
And all the different lanes express checkout. 15 items or less. You know the drill.
Ah, yes. The strategic dance of choosing the right checkout lane.
You're in a rush, so naturally, you make a beeline for the express lane. But wait.
Your cart is practically overflowing. Classic.
So what do? Well, our sources this week feature a real supermarket dialogue that captures this very dilemma.
It's amazing how much we can learn about American culture from something as simple as checking out at the supermarket.
Right. It's not just about buying groceries. It's a glimpse into social norms and even maybe a bit of a linguistic history.
Absolutely.
Okay, so the dialogue kicks off with a guy trying to, shall we say, sneak into the express lane.
With a cart that's clearly breaking the 15 items or less rule.
Big time. And the cashier, with a knowing look, reminds him, "Sir, this lane is for 15 items or fewer."
That emphasis on 15 items or fewer really highlights the American obsession with speed and efficiency, especially when it comes to things like grocery shopping.
Like get in, get out, get on with your day.
Exactly. Express checkout lanes are for those quick trips, grabbing a few essentials, and you're gone. It's part of that fast-paced lifestyle that's so typical of American culture.
And just like that, you've learned your first American supermarket phrase, express checkout lane.
See, we're already making progress.
Let's keep going. The shopper, feeling a little embarrassed, tries to play it cool and says, "Oh, come on, cut me some slack. I'm in a hurry."
Cut me some slack is a fantastic example of an informal phrase you'll hear in casual settings. It basically means, give me a break or bend the rules a little.
It's interesting how that need for speed goes beyond the checkout. It's like a little snapshot of American culture itself, always rushing, always optimizing.
It's true. But hey, maybe even mountain climbers need to hurry sometimes.
Good point. Now, how would you explain cut me some slack to someone who's never heard it before?
Well, imagine you're learning to ride a bike. Your friend's holding on to the back of the seat, giving you some support, but letting you try on your own.
Gotcha.
That's like cutting someone some slack. You're allowing room for error. In our supermarket scenario, the shopper is hoping the cashier will look past his overflowing cart and let him through.
I love that analogy. But alas, the cashier, sticking to those supermarket rules, points to the sign and says, "Sorry, sir, you have way more than 15 items." Now here comes a classic supermarket question. Paper or plastic?
Ah, yes. Such a simple question, but it actually speaks to a larger debate in America about the environmental impact of plastic bags.
I see where you're going with this.
Right. Many cities and states are banning or charging for plastic bags, encouraging people to use reusable bags instead. So when you hear paper or plastic, you're not just picking a bag, you're kind of making a statement about your environmental values.
That's definitely something to keep in mind if you ever find yourself at a checkout in the U.S. And maybe you've already encountered similar discussions about plastic bags in your own country.
For sure.
Okay, back to the dialogue. Our shopper, accepting defeat, says, "Paper, please," and starts unloading his groceries. And then he remembers. He exclaims, "Oh, wait, I have a couple of coupons."
Ah, coupons. This is another quintessential American supermarket experience. Coupons are discounts. Little pieces of paper that can save you money on your groceries.
They're like little treasures.
Right. You can find them in newspapers, magazines, even online these days. Clipping coupons and hunting for deals is practically a national pastime for some folks.
I can see how people get into that. It's like a game. But sadly, our shopper's excitement is short-lived. He fumbles through his coupons and realizes they've expired.
To expire means to pass the deadline, to be no longer valid. It's a term you'll hear for lots of things. Credit cards, driver's licenses, that carton of milk in your fridge.
And even those precious coupons.
Precisely.
So there's another phrase for you. To expire. So what happens next?
Well, the shopper, looking pretty defeated, mutters to himself, "It's just not my day." This is a super common expression in English. People use it when they feel like everything's going wrong.
It's just not my day. We've all been there. A universal feeling for sure. I remember this one time.
I bet it was a good one. But maybe we should get back to the dialogue.
You're right. Let's stay focused.
Okay, so the cashier, picking up on the shopper's bad luck, tries to lighten the mood and asks, "Don't worry, sir. Happens to the best of us. Do you have a club card or will it be cash?"
Club card. That's another important supermarket term, right?
You bet. Club cards are part of loyalty programs that most American supermarkets offer. These programs give you discounts and rewards just for shopping at their store. You might even find similar programs in your own country. It's a global trend in retail.
Interesting.
They definitely encourage shoppers to come back and spend more, but hey, they can also offer some pretty good deals.
So it's like a secret handshake with the store. You flash your card, and they unlock special deals just for you.
Other
I
example.
like that.
The shopper in our dialogue, he pulls out his club card with pride, pays with his debit card, and then he asks for cash back.
Ah, yes, cash back. Another popular option at American supermarkets. It lets you get cash back along with your purchase when you pay with a debit card.
It's like a mini ATM right there at the checkout.
Exactly, and it's particularly useful in a culture where many people use debit cards for everyday purchases.
So instead of making an extra trip to the ATM, you can just grab cash right there at the checkout. Efficient and convenient.
Absolutely. And speaking of efficiency, the source we're looking at points out something interesting about the people who work in these supermarkets. Many cashiers, especially those working after school, are high school students.
Oh, yeah. It's a really common first job for teenagers in the U.S., isn't it?
Right.
Like a rite of passage or something.
Exactly. Working as a cashier is often seen as that first step into the working world for many American teenagers. It teaches responsibility, customer service skills, and the value of hard work.
That's fascinating. Makes me think, what were typical first jobs for teens where you grew up? Every country has its own unique ways of entering adulthood, and those early work experiences can really shape our perspectives.
It's true. Those first jobs can be so formative.
But we'll have to save that conversation for another time. We've already covered so much ground today in our supermarket deep dive.
We have. From express checkout lanes and coupons to club cards and cash back, we've explored a whole range of vocabulary and cultural insights, and even touched on informal phrases like, cut me some slack and it's just not my day.
It's amazing how even a simple trip to the supermarket can offer a window into a culture's values and norms.
It really is. And it reminds us that everyday experiences can be filled with opportunities for learning and discovery.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So the next time you're at the supermarket, whether it's in America or anywhere else in the world, take a moment to really observe, to listen, to engage with the people and the environment around you. You might be surprised at what you learn.
You never know what you might discover.
And on that note, we'll wrap up part 1 of our deep dive into the fascinating world of American supermarkets.
Stay tuned for part 2, where we'll delve even deeper into the cultural significance of these everyday spaces. You know, it's fascinating to think about how these early jobs can shape a young person's work ethic.
Totally. Not just work ethic, though. Think about customer service skills, social interactions, problem solving.
Yeah.
You know, I remember my first job was actually...
Hold on. Maybe we should get back to our supermarket adventure. We were talking about those expired coupons.
Oh, right. Those coupons. Couponing in America, it's like its own world.
A whole subculture.
It really
Vocabulary
is.
preview.
People clip coupons from newspapers, magazines, websites, you name it. They even have these coupon swaps, like trading cards, but for groceries.
It's interesting. It shows this resourcefulness, this desire to get the best deal possible.
It's like a game. Imagine your Sunday newspaper becomes this treasure map to grocery savings. Makes sense in a culture that loves practicality and a good competition.
Speaking of competition, we can't forget about club cards. Remember how our shopper whipped out his card with pride?
Like a badge of honor. But for those who aren't in the know, what exactly is a club card and how do they work?
Okay, so think of it like a VIP pass to exclusive deals. You join the store's loyalty program, they give you this club card, and bam, you get special discounts and rewards. Sometimes you even earn points that you can use later.
It's like a secret society of savvy shoppers.
Exactly. Supermarkets really go all out to keep their customers happy. Express lanes, coupons, club cards.
It's a lot to keep track of. Any advice for a newbie navigating the American supermarket scene?
Don't be afraid to ask. Cashiers are usually pretty helpful, and always be on the lookout for coupons. Those savings can really add up.
Good tips. It's good to remember that even in a fast-paced environment, like an American supermarket, people are generally friendly and helpful.
That's true. Now, going back to our shopper trying to cut some slack in the express lane, this brings up a point about supermarket etiquette.
Like unspoken rules of the checkout line.
Exactly. Americans might love efficiency, but there's a definite code of conduct when it comes to queuing up. Cutting in line is a big no-no. It's seen as disrespectful, unless it's an emergency, of course.
Right, got to respect the social order, even when grocery shopping. So far, we've been focusing on the practical side of American supermarkets. But what about the cultural side? What can you tell us about that?
Well, American supermarkets are more than just places to buy food. They're social spaces, community hubs, even reflections of larger cultural trends.
I like that, reflections of larger cultural trends.
Like, look at the growing popularity of organic foods. That reflects a rising awareness of health and wellness in American society.
It's true. The variety in American supermarkets is incredible. International cuisines, dietary options, you name it. There's truly something for everyone.
It reflects the diversity of American society, right?
Definitely. And what about the role of technology? Self-checkout kiosks seem to be everywhere these days.
Oh yeah, those are becoming more and more common. Then you have mobile apps, shopping lists, digital coupons, even paying with your phone. It's all about convenience.
It's amazing how much the supermarket experience has evolved over the years. It makes you wonder, what will supermarkets be like in the future?
Good question. One thing that stayed consistent, though, is the sense of community you often find in supermarkets. Whether it's a quick chat with the cashier or helping someone reach a product, there's a certain warmth there.
It's true. And let's not forget those teenage workers. For many, it's their first experience in the working world.
They bring a fresh perspective, a youthful energy. Their interactions with customers are part of that community feeling.
I have to say, this deep dive has given me a whole new appreciation for the simple act of going to the supermarket. It's not just about grabbing groceries. It's about understanding a culture. It's about connecting with people, maybe even learning a little bit about ourselves along the way.
Well said. And we've really only just scratched the surface. There's so much more to explore about the world of American supermarkets.
I can't wait to keep exploring. Listeners, we'll be back shortly to wrap up our deep dive with some final thoughts and key takeaways. Welcome back, everyone. Our supermarket journey continues. We've explored so much from vocabulary and cultural insights to supermarket etiquette and those all-important club cards.
It's amazing how these everyday spaces, like supermarkets, can reveal so much about a culture's values and priorities.
Absolutely. And we've seen how a simple trip to the grocery store can become a chance for cultural exchange, even human connection. It's more than just buying groceries, isn't it?
It really is. So as we wrap up our deep dive, let me ask you this. Think about your own experiences grocery shopping. What cultural nuances have you noticed? How do supermarkets in your country reflect the values of your society?
Ooh, that's a great question. It's a good reminder that supermarkets are like these little windows into the heart of a culture.
Right.
By paying attention to those details, the language, the interactions, even the products on the shelves, we can learn so much about the world around us.
And maybe even learn a bit about ourselves in the process.
Totally. So next time you find yourself in a supermarket, whether it's in America or anywhere in the world, take a moment to really observe, listen, engage with the people and the environment around you.
You might be surprised at what you discover.
Maybe you'll even find a new favorite snack.
Yeah.
Speaking of discoveries, that brings us to the end of our deep dive into the world of American supermarkets.
We've covered a lot of ground today.
We have. We hope you enjoyed the journey with us and learned some valuable insights along the way.
Until next time, happy shopping.
And happy exploring. We'll see you on our next deep dive adventure.